We are back on the air conditioning on this 2017 Prius Prime. As you can tell, it is the Prime with the heat pump because we have the accumulator assembly that has the solenoids and metering device and everything all in one section, and on these little brackets right here with nothing but a plastic bumper cover, and this is $2,600 every time it gets hit. This was the one from the video from the other day. I think I'm gonna release these videos back to back. So there's a video before this where, you know, because the insurance company wants the cheaper method, they wanted an aftermarket condenser, and the aftermarket condenser ended up not fitting right. So it delayed this project by 2 or 3 days. And so that means customers without a car for another 2 or 3 days. It takes up, so the customer loses money if they're renting a car, or the insurance company loses money if they're paying for a rent a car. The shop loses stall time. Every hour a car sits here and has to be moved around, those are technicians being paid. And since we're in San Francisco, California, and our shop rates for body labor are between 120 plus and mechanical labor rate 180 to 260, depending where you are, that's money lost. That's 2-3 days down for an aftermarket condenser. Here is the original condenser, and this is the original OEM condenser. And I have it sitting up like this because I wanted to see if I could get oil to drain down these tubes, and I wanted to see if every one of these tubes, I'm trying to get some of the oil to come out of here because I wanted to show you how much oil does or does not come out depending on the vehicle. Right now, nothing so far. It's been sitting up and nothing's coming out on this one. Now remember, this is a heat pump system and it is different than straight AC. Oh, and right now I'm testing my gauges to make sure they could go down. So we're down to 52 microns right now, as you can see right there. And I started grafting it out. It's at 57 microns there. It's at 52 microns there. I do not have it hooked up to the system yet. Of course, I use Nylog on the O-ring gaskets on the fittings before I put it on. So let's open it up to the system and you will see the pressure rise because system is at atmospheric pressure. So let's open it up and you will see it jump up from 51 psi up. So we are now opened to both the systems and you should see it pump up. There, it went to atmospheric, and it went to atmosphere for a second, and now it's going to be slowly coming back down. That's first, it still has to go up, then turn around and come down. There's a lot of air in this system. Oh, it went up, still going up. These are huge systems for this little tiny car because it has this giant accumulator on here. It has a lot of extra plumbing. All this, everything you see here, you see this? This is air conditioning. This is air conditioning. You see this one back going over here? Right there, that's air conditioning back there. You got 2 big suction lines here off the accumulator. This is air conditioning. Air conditioning. See that little tiny line there? Air conditioning. This line right here, air conditioning. And look on the other side. You thought you were out of pipes? No, you got more. See this line coming off the back here? Air conditioning. Air conditioning. You see this little muffler right here? This line and this line? Air conditioning. Air conditioning. You got a lot going on here. There's a lot of volume. And we're down to 800 microns right now already. So you guys can look at the timer and read how long did it take. It went up, right? See 52 microns right here? 3 minutes and almost a half right there. 51 microns. And then all of a sudden you see it disappear because it went way up there to atmospheric air. And then from here to about right there, 1300 microns, there's 825 microns from minute 3.5, 3.5 minutes to roughly 4.5 minutes, a little over 60 seconds. It took a little over 60 seconds for this setup to get it from atmospheric back down to 825 microns. But of course, this is not your normal setup. And you can't read this, and you can't convert this, and analog gauges cannot read this. This is impossible. It's not analog gauges or something our grandparents used to use. Something that you should be into Smithsonian. That's it for now. And yes, they do have the OEM back on there. We'll be back on this one after I fill it back up. And if I have a little time, maybe I'll take my temperature clamps and I'll move them around and show you on different pipes, whatever I could get a hold of on all these different pipes. And we'll look at some temperatures while this system is in cooling mode. I wish it was cold enough to put this thing into heating mode. And I'm not gonna take out the time to force it into heating mode. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Man, my Apple doesn't wanna focus good. See ya.